Okay, so I'm going to show you how to enter a new monument order in Gorde. And so what we're going to do is we are going to start in the main order page right here. And then we're going to press new order, and then we can select from this drop down menu, and we're going to select new monument order. And so in this case, we've already met with the family and we've populated this sales sheet or this sales order. And then so I'm just going to input all this information into Gorde. And so what we're going to be inputting is the deceased information, the granted order item information, any of the design concepts and information to help the designers, the delivery information, the foundation, purchaser information, and then that's a summary, and then we'll confirm. So for the order, we have the names right here. So it's going to be for Charles and Cynthia Lawrence. It looks like Cynthia hasn't passed away, and so it's just Charles who's passed away. And so we're going to start by entering those information. So we're going to first enter the branch, and then enter the deceased information. So Charles, from 1934 to 2021, and then we're going to add Cynthia here. Relation is spouse, date of birth, and does not have a date of death yet. So we're going to leave that blank. And so that's the deceased information. And now for the granted order item information. We'll just take a look at the order. It looks like we have a kind of a SERP top, but it is custom because these sides, we talked with them and they're not straight down. They're a bit curved in here. So this is going to be a custom order, a custom shape. And we could enter a SERP top, but I'll show you where the discrepancy would be. So we're going to first start with entering the information for the tablet. So this would be the custom part of the order. So rather than doing a SERP top, we're going to press custom, and then we'll enter the size. So it's 2 feet, which is 24 inches, by 6 by 30. We're going to enter the color, which is black, and the finish, it's a polished 2. And then for the base, it's going to be a matching base, and we have 30 by 12 by 8. Color, it's black. Finish, it's a polished top. And then shape, this is just a base. And so we could add some more items if we wanted to, but this is what is in the order. We're going to enter the memorial cost, enter it in as $5,000, and then we'll enter the design concepts. So this is the area where you want to communicate to designers, provide them with as much information as possible. So we do have a drawing that is kind of helpful. It kind of shows the layout. It kind of shows what they want on the monument. So what we're going to do is so this is the example sales order. I'm going to attach it to here. And they also want a scene from Muskoka. So they've provided this photo that they want etched in. So we're also going to provide that here. So now we're just going to also provide some more information. And so we're going to communicate that in this text box. We're going to say layout as on attached order. They want names side by side with year dates only, or year dates. Muskoka scene on the bottom. Yeah. And so, yeah, we can communicate whatever we want and what would be the most helpful to the designer. And also, we have a miscellaneous extra. We can check off any of these, but we do have an etching that is going to be this photo that's etched into the monument. So I'm just going to attach the photo that is that will be etched into the granite. And so that's uploading, and then now we're going to provide the delivery information. And so we've filled it out as Parkview Cemetery with this lot number. And so in this, we don't have that cemetery set up, but just for this example, we're going to say it was the city cemetery, and with this lot number. And then we'll enter who would be arranging the foundation. We have these as our options. We're going to say that the cemetery is going to be arranging the cemetery. And then the foundation size. We'll enter the foundation size with the fee. And any other fees that may be associated with this foundation. We have care and maintenance fees, staking and locating fees, and vase and installation. Those will be entered there. In this case, we do not have any fees that were in the sales order, so I'll leave those all blank. And then we'll enter the purchaser information. And so I think I've entered this before. So it's Paul Lawrence who's going to be paying for this, and have their billing information. And then we'll scroll down to the financial information, enter the deposit that they've paid. We'll say they paid 50% by credit, and then we'll enter if anybody is going to be receiving commission on this sale, and then we'll preview the order, do one final look through. We'll make sure that the memorial details are all correct. We're going to look at these and then confirm them to be good, and then once it's all good, we'll save the order, and now the order has been created, and now it begins the production cycle. It begins the production process in Gorde. So that's how you create a new monument order.